Hi all, today we are going to discuss about Richard Baxter. Richard Baxter never received a higher commission than that of parish pastor to loom worker in Kidderminster. Still, he was the most prominent English churchman of that century. He was a peacemaker who sought unity among Protestants, and yet he was highly independent thinker and at the center of every major controversies in England during his lifetime. He was born in Roton to a parents who undervalued education. Baxter was largely self-taught. He eventually studied at a free school, then at Royal Court, where he became distinguished at what he saw a frivolity. He left to study divinity at the age of 23. He was ordained into the Church of England. Within the Anglican Church, Baxter found common ground with the Puritans, and growing faction who opposed the church episcopacy and was itself breaking into factions. Baxter, for his part, did his best to avoid the dispute between Anglican, Presbyterians, Congregational, and other denominations, even conceiving local ministers to cooperate in some pastoral matters. In necessary things, unity in doubtful things, liberty in all things, charity he was fond of saying. The interest in cooperation was not due to lack of conviction. On the contrary, Baxter was opinion is theology, which was not called separate and not called conformist. Among his more than 200 works are long, controversial discourse on the doctrine. Still, he believed society was a large family under a loving father, and in his theology he tried to cut between the extremes. He eventually registered himself as a non-conformist, breaking with the Church of England mainly because of the lack of power it gave parish clergy. Baxter also found himself as a peacemaker during the English civil wars. He believed in monarchy, but a limited one. He served as a chaplain for the parliamentary army, but then helped to bring about the restoration of the king. Yet, as moderate, Baxter found himself the target of both extremes. Between 1662 and 1688, when James II was king, he was persecuted and was imprisoned for 18 months, and he was forced to sell two extreme libraries. Still, he continued to preach. I preach as never sure to preach again, he wrote, and as a dying man to dying man. The gospel died not when I die, the church died not. The praise of God die not, the word die not, and perhaps it shall grow better, he wrote near the end of his life. It may be that some of seed that I have sown shall spring up to some benefit of the dark, unpeaceable world when I am dead.